Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're doing the first update and potentially the last update of my Project 10 uses. I'm not really quitting this project altogether, but I am planning on fusing this with my 2021 project pan because for me it kind of makes more sense. It's more streamlined to kind of bring them together. I don't want to use everything 10 times. Kind of have to find a number that both pushes me yet doesn't feel too stifling. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I'm kind of axing this separate project pan of 10 uses and kind of fusing it with my other project. I probably had about a month and a half to do this project. So I'm just here to update and kind of clear the decks of this. I'm planning to continue doing this usage project, but in a different way. So hopefully it makes sense for you guys. I have no idea, but let's get started with the product. The first product is the Lorac shade in Delight. This shadow I only used 6 times, which, you know, fell a little bit short of my 10 uses, but I think for me that kind of is another reason why I don't want to stick with the number 10. Colors like this, which I can actually make this work more than I originally thought because it's not as crazy looking on my lids. Not that I'm against crazy colors. I actually really like bold colors, but I was kind of thinking this would be really bold, but it actually worked really well as an everyday color. I don't know. I find that with colors though that are a little bit brighter, I tended to kind of be a little bit done with it after about 5 uses. And the idea of kind of pushing it any further, and I know there's no, time limit here. I know I can use this as long as I want to. It doesn't have to be done, but I also don't want to push this product to like March. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to push this product out and kind of just call it done for now and then maybe roll it in again when I want to use it again. So even though 10 doesn't sound like a really high number, it kind of is when it comes to certain colors. Depends on what it is. Yes, you have to push yourself, but I also don't want it to feel like too forced. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to find that happy balance with both. The next product is the MAC eyeshadow in the shade Top Hat, and it looks like this. I only use this 8 times, but I would like to keep this in my project for 2021. I feel comfortable using this 2 more times, to be quite honest. But it's funny how some colors I'm like, I'm kind of over it, and then other colors like this I don't mind. I don't know why. Maybe because it's not as pigmented. I don't know, because I don't know. This one again isn't like really bold, but for some reason I feel more comfortable using this more often. I don't know why, but I will be rolling this into my project for 2021. So 2 more uses left on this, and then I will probably switch it out with something else. And also, yeah, it looks a lot bolder in the pan than it actually wears. It's a lot more sheer than it looks, which I'm not really mad at that because I feel like they're easier to work with than when they're not as pigmented and they're not as like, it's a lot easier to build up a product in my opinion than to go on too heavy and then have to scale back. So for that reason, it's just a lot easier to use for me. But yeah, moving this on to my project in 2021, which I'll explain in another video. All right, the next product is the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Eyeliner in the shade Navy. And this I actually did use 10 times. In fact, I think I used this 11 times. And I think when I made the first video, the intro video, I was, not really sure how this particular shade would wear, if it would smudge a lot. I didn't really have any problems with it smudging or anything. And I found it quite easy to use and put on, especially with the right brush and everything. It always depends on the brush, and if the brush is like, I can't reuse the same eyeliner brush for this type of thing over and over again because it does get hard, and so you do have to switch brushes out after like 1 or 2 uses. But I have enjoyed using this, but I am also ready to move it out of any project and move on to a different product or just be done using it for now for a little bit. Next product is the NYX Glitter Primer, and I have quite enjoyed using this. I used this 9 times, had 1 more use left to go, but I didn't want to wait another day to film. So I will probably just keep this on my dresser and continue using it as I see fit. Now that I've used it as much times as I have, it's really nice with, of course, glitter eyeshadows and even just loose eyeshadow. Any shadow that you want a little bit more, bang with. So only 9 uses, but again, I'm easily going to hit up 10 uses. And in fact, I don't even need to put it in a project anymore, I don't think, because I do see myself using this when I can as like a regular primer. So I'd call that a success, even though it's not exactly 10. I was really happy that I was able to use this more because honestly, it was better than what was going on before when I wasn't even using it at all. So success for me. The Clinique Almost Lipstick, it's called, in the shade Black Honey. Yeah, so this was a really pretty balm, right? It kind of goes on really sheer. It doesn't look nearly as dark as it does in the tube. So a little bit of a bittersweet thing with this lipstick is that I will be decluttering this lipstick. I really wanted to use this 10 times, but the problem is it's starting to really go off. This is a lot older in my collection, so I'm not really that surprised. But at the same time, I have lipsticks that are a lot older and don't go off like that, so I'm kind of curious as to why this formula smells the way it does, but you know what I mean, like it's old, so that's the bottom line. And I just couldn't make myself wear it more than twice. 2 uses out of this and I just couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, this just smells so off, and that alone is like, we're gonna call it quits on this. And it's old enough and I've had it long enough where I know that it's just not worth it to keep anymore, and I don't want to make myself use something that, yeah, stinks, literally stinks, and it fades really easily. It is pigmented at first, but then as the day wears on, it just doesn't wear well. You can always reapply, it's not a big deal, but I just have products that last much longer. I really did like this. I love the component it comes in. It's like, I love that sound. Really, really nice packaging. It just, its time is actually done, so I will have to let this one go. But it's bittersweet because I didn't ever get to use this as much as I could have, but now I can kind of decrease my stash a little bit, so there you have it. You have to keep things that we actually like using, so there's that. Next we have that mineral bronzer that I was kind of questioning if I liked it or not, because I really did like it at one point. I do still like it. I do see myself actually finishing this year. I actually used this 17 times. I find that bronzers are really easy for me to use often because there's no thinking involved. I can use any kind of bronzer with any look, so very easy for me to use this way more than 10 times. But yeah, I do think I'll be pulling this into a project for 2021. I actually think I can finish this up. I know that's a bold statement to make for any makeup product. I really do have faith because I did mark it off and I do see the usage coming down and there's not a heck of a lot left. So I have 12 months to get this used up. We'll see what happens with it, but I like it enough to use it. Finish it up this year, hopefully. This is the Everyday Minerals blush in the shade Salon Fun. I've used this 7 times, so I didn't hit my 10 mark with this either, but I'm actually thinking of bringing this into my 2021 project pan as well because I do think I can get some decent use out of this. Part of me thinks I'm crazy because I already have a blush in my project pan and it's taking me forever to hit pan on that blush. So why the heck would I bring in another one? I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I'm not ready to throw this out yet. But I am thinking that I can get a lot more use out of this over the course of the year. Don't know if I'm going to use it up. Don't want to make that claim yet, but because yeah, blushes take forever. But I do think I can get a whole bunch more uses out of this, and then see where I go from there. So that will be rolled into my 2021 project pan as well. All right, guys, so this was a really quick update. I'm kind of all over the place with my progress here. So hopefully you enjoy this. Yeah, let me know how your project pans are going and if you've done usage projects like this before where you're kind of sticking more with one number as opposed to trying to necessarily hit pan or finish things. I'd like to know your thoughts and your feedback. Thanks, guys, for joining me. I hope you consider liking and subscribing. I will catch you in my next video. Bye.